I'd like to tell you a story about my close encounter with George Bush. Now, this happened back in 1980, and there is no longer any videotape of this. It only exists right up here. I was a young reporter working for the NBC station in Rochester, New York. George Bush was on the ticket back then with Ronald Reagan. They were running for president and vice president. And Bush had come to Rochester for a campaign stop, some type of fundraiser, and he was leaving at the airport. I was out at the airport with about 24 other reporters, national reporters and local reporters. We were out on the tarmac. The idea was that George Bush was going to come out of the terminal. He was going to kind of swing by all these reporters, and the Secret Service put a rope around us so we couldn't move. And then he was going to get on the steps of the plane and fly away. As he was walking by, reporters would shout a question at him, and then he would answer, and that was how it was going to work. So here's what happened. George Bush comes out of the terminal. He walks by this group of reporters. Somebody shouts a question, he shouts an answer. Somebody else shouts a question, he shouts an answer. Now, I can see I'm about to miss my opportunity here because he's getting close to going up the steps of that airplane. So I took a breath and I yelled, "What do you think of President Carter's decision to sell AWACS radar planes to Saudi Arabia?" And he stopped and he turned around and he pointed at me and he said, "What did you say?" You know, you never realize how many things can fly through your mind in a split second. I mean, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, maybe he didn't sell the radar planes to Saudi Arabia. Maybe I have this all wrong. I'm terrible. I've embarrassed myself in front of my peers, the national press. I want the tarmac to open up. I want to fall through to Australia. I want never to be seen again. All of that I thought. But I summoned my courage and I repeated the question. What did you think of President Carter's decision to sell AWACS radar planes to Saudi Arabia? And he looked at me and he said, "I'm glad you asked me that question." And he went on to give an answer that was widely quoted the next day in the national press. What a relief. So, that's the story of my close encounter with George Bush and why I've always felt that he sensed that I was a young reporter who was hanging out on a limb there, and he did what he could to help pull me back in safely.